Hello, everybody, and welcome to segment 2 of Rehearsing with your TE Tuner app. If you did not watch the first segment, all about downloading and setting up your app, I encourage you to stop this video and go watch segment 1 and make sure you're all set up correctly before you jump in with this segment. So we are using TE Tuner to practice some skills that we use in barbershop singing. So today's segment is going to be all about using TE Tuner to rehearse your tonal center. So to find do and always sing to your tonal center or always sing to your do. And so those are the skills we're going to work on today. Again, will be a little bit of instruction and then some demonstration and some exercises that you can do at home. So that's what we're going to start with today. So you'll need your TE Tuner app and a couple of exercises that you can do as well will require a piece of music. Pick something that you're familiar with, not something that you are learning. Later on down the road, you can do this with learning. The two things I want to tell you before we start in this segment is this segment is not about breath work or meter work. So what I mean by that is it is not about practicing moving air. It's not about practicing being in control of the airflow. It's not about that. It's also not about making sure that we stay in a meter. So making sure that that a quarter note gets one beat, and then once that quarter note's over, we have to move on to the next note. That is not what this is about. These set of exercises that we are going to be working today are all about just staying with tonal center. And so that said, with particular attention to your breath, as you're moving through these exercises this week, any time that you are singing, you want to make sure you have plenty of air and that the air is moving freely. If you feel like you are trying to conserve air, or if you feel like you are running out of air and you're not all the way through a piece of an exercise, don't keep pushing through. Stop, take a good breath, and continue on, okay? That's so important, because as you begin to try and control the air, your pitch and the quality of your tuning diminishes, and we don't want that to happen. This is all about learning how to tune better, and so without doing that, you are counterproductive to this rehearsal, and you're only making things harder. The other thing when you're doing these exercises is I want you to start with notes that you like and a vowel that you like. I don't want you to choose things that are difficult for you. These are great exercises to come back to once you're accurate on notes and vowels that you like, but don't start making it harder for yourself. That's just silly. Don't do that. So on your TE Tuner app, if you don't see your pitch pipe when you open down here at the bottom, you have the little button that says sound. Click there. Under your C, there is a sustain button. And when you push the sustain button, it goes from black to white, okay? When it is white, it means the sustain feature is on. Once the sustain feature is on, if I push a note, it just holds forever and ever and ever. Can you achieve the same thing holding it? Yes, you can achieve the same thing holding it. However, if you're doing that for the entire duration of a song, it's not very fun. So just don't do that. So the first thing you're going to do is the first exercise I want you to do this week is to just practice holding a note. So pick something that's comfortable for you. So I'm going to start here. And what this is really going to do as you continue to sing that same note is it's going to begin to train your ear to match, okay, to blend with the sound that's there and to match the pitch that's there. Once you've gotten pretty good at that, then you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to keep singing, but you're going to stop the sustain. So, And again, what we're looking for is tonal accuracy through your entire, we're practicing using all of the air and staying tonally accurate through the duration of the air, okay? So there's that. So start on a vowel you like, on a note that you like, and then move up and move down. So sing some things higher, sing some things that are lower. And then also right in your passaggio, right in that breaking point in your voice, we all have that. Practice singing those notes as well. They aren't going to be as comfortable, and guess what? They're not going to be as accurate. So find the healthy space to sing those in and practice what that feels like to sustain something healthily on those pitches, okay? And through your passaggio. So that's kind of your first set of exercises this week. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to start moving up and down the scale using starting at different places. So I can't hold this here and sing to show you how this works because my microphone is down here, and so it can't pick up my sound correctly. So I'm going to hold it like this, but you should still be able to see, yes, you can still see my little green smiley face. So I'm going to choose something. Okay, so I'm going to go up a major scale. And what you'll notice is when I stopped in there to take my breath, and you can rewind the video a little bit if you need to, I came back in on the same note that I just left. This is about feeling the accurate intervals. And if I stop singing, take a breath, and come in on a different note, I have lost the ability to practice feeling that interval. Okay. The other thing I want you to know is if you cannot sing an interval accurately, don't move on to the next interval. Go back and practice it again. Isolate it, practice it, then start again at do and move on. Okay. Once you have, so what that would look like if I was having a problem singing something accurately. Let me just show. Let's say that last interval I had a problem with. Then I wouldn't play 6 more notes. I go D. So you see when I didn't sing accurately, I went back. Until I sing it accurately and then go back down to do. Okay. Sorry, my voice is tired. It's the end of the day, and I've had to talk a lot today. So that would be how I practice going up, and then the same thing coming down. Again, make sure you stop and isolate anything that is inaccurate when you begin. Coming down, you will have inherently more problems with accuracy. We tend to be more inaccurate as we come down the scale than we are as we go up the scale. It's just how we are. There's probably some like physics thing that someone really smart could tell me. Not me. But as you come down, it will be more difficult. So just know that. And again, stop coming down and isolate any spots. You will tend also to be most inaccurate on your 2 and on your 7. Seconds and sevenths are rub notes, and so we tend to have more issues with accuracy on those rub notes than we do on any other notes. So it's okay to spend some time there and know what those feel like. Okay, so coming down, I might do this. Okay, so notice how when I stopped to take a breath, I sang the same note and then went on in the exercise. Again, just to make sure that I'm feeling that interval. I'm not skipping any intervals. Sometimes we cheat by breathing. So sometimes when an interval is inaccurate, we'll take a note or we'll take a breath so that we don't sing the inaccurate interval because we know it's inaccurate, but we don't know what it is accurately. There is no cheating in this exercise. There will be no cheating in this exercise. So if you take a breath, oops, I'm pushing buttons. If you take a breath, make sure you come back to the same note. And then the last thing I want you to do this week as an exercise is move through the 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 exercise. You can use 1, 2, 1. You can use do, do, re, do. You can use solfege. You can use numbers. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Two things that you're going to notice. It will be different, even though you're moving up. Every time you return to do, it's going to feel a little bit different. And what you will notice is when you begin to return to do, if do starts to fluctuate. Some of us do that, particularly coming down. We don't get all the way back up to the high do. So we want to make sure that that's happening. The other thing that I want you to notice is that when you are singing either numbers or solfege, you're not singing the same vowel through the whole thing. And so what I want you to notice as you do that is how your vowel affects your tuning. So it might look like this. No, that's not where I'm starting. Hold on. What am I doing? Okay. 1. I'm starting at 1. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you get the picture? Until I'm at 8, and then I'll go 8 coming down. Notice how I didn't spend the same amount of time on every note. That is because, remember, this is not about meter. We're not doing meter work tonight. 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you can see how I stopped and I isolated what I was doing and where my inaccuracies were until I got them right, then went back to do and started again. So that is your task for this week with your TE Tuner app, is to start practicing singing to some does. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Otherwise, I will see you next week for part 3, which will be all about doing breath work and breath support with your TE Tuner app. So that's all I have for you tonight. We'll talk to you next week. See you later. Bye.